Hodina 55 minut.
Vážení posluchači, zůstaňte u svých přijímačů. Zůstaňte, setrvejte u svých přijímačů, za malý okamžik budeme vysílat mimořádně důležitou zprávu.
The Race of Champions in Sosnová, near Czech, a celebration of the end of the season, is an event where racing masters in a wide variety of motorsports disciplines introduce themselves to spectators. Before we look at this year in detail, let us look back at the Race of Champions in Sosnová last year. The Hájek rally team brought someone who is undoubtedly one of the biggest stars in the history of motorsport to Sosnová. This was the Finn, Juha Kankkunen, winner of the Paris-Dakar Rally and four-time world champion. At the Race of Champions, he drove the Opel Kadett, which surprised him with its easy controllability. But as he himself noted, he would need a couple more 100 extra horsepower and a four-wheel drive to be completely satisfied. However, over the weekend, Tomáš and Bretislav Enge also introduced themselves to the Hájek Rally team's yellow cadets. Tomáš Enge left no one in doubt that he is one of the best Czech racers across all disciplines. The ease with which he drove the Opel Kadett was unprecedented, and together with Bretislav Enge, he put on a proper show for the spectators during Sunday's program that they will remember for a long time. The entire Autodrome grounds can be divided into three main and separate circuits: a 1,198-meter-long asphalt circuit and gravel and off-road circuits. At the same time, the asphalt and gravel circuits are directly linked to each other in two places. Here, we can find the small jump, the big bridge, a go-kart track, and a gravel passage. The spectators can find several viewing places here. You can see a large part of the circuit. After last year's success, we all impatiently anticipated the surprise that the Hájek Rally team, in cooperation with the main partner Otto Steiger, would prepare for this year. And we can definitely state that once again it's a star from the imaginary motorsport Walk of Fame, whose handprint on the steering wheel would be appreciated by any fan of fast wheels. He traveled for the sporting visit from the cold north. Yes, we're sure you recognize the Finn, Markku Alén, one of the most successful drivers of all time. During his career, he won a total of 19 World Championship competitions, including 5-time first place in his native Finnish 1000 Lakes Rally. However, despite all these successes, Alén never reached the title of World Champion. Alén won the Drivers' Cup in the year 1978, but the first official World Championship was only announced a year later.
Okay. Now in first time my history in rally life, I am in Praga in Czechoslovakia, and I hope it's coming very nice weekend, and thank you for everybody.
The Hájek Rally team organized a press conference for the general public, which was held at the Radotín Go-Kart Center and attended by all the main stars.
Good morning everybody, and I am very pleased I am here, but it's not first time I am in Varum Rally in my son Anton is driving in 5 years ago 2 times, but never in Praga, and very beautiful town and a lot of history. I am very impressed here.
Alén spent most of the time in Team Lancia, and he was one of the few people to be able to give the four-wheelers from Audi a run for their money with the model 037. It was Alén's results in particular that stood behind the achievement of the title in the Manufacturers' Cup, which Lancia won in the year 1983. In the evaluation of drivers, the Finn was closest to the title in the year 1986, when his biggest rival was his compatriot Juha Kankkunen with the Peugeot 205 T16.
Best in the world.
After winning the last competition of the year, which was the American Olympus Rally, he may have achieved the title of world champion. But Alén only got to enjoy this title for 11 days, as the FIA ultimately changed the championship results and the title was transferred to Kankkunen, who had more points. Alén remained faithful to the Italian team even after the end of Group B, In the years 1987 and 1988, he finished in third overall, or rather second place. He later appeared on the rally in Toyota and Subaru cars, and his last start was at the Neste Rally Finland 2001, behind the wheel of a Ford Focus WRC. Of interest is also his participation in the Andros Trophy Ice Championship. This year's Hájek Rally Competition team presents Josef Peták, Břetislav Enge, Tomáš Enge, Markku Alén. The cars were being prepared in the pits. Crowds of fans surrounded them and everyone looked forward to the first drive. Markku Alén was getting ready to get into the cockpit. At 187 centimeters tall, it wasn't easy for him to sit down in the competition cadet.
Main problem, I am quite tall. And like in Skoda is first time, I going jumping quite okay. But I not see well and Opel is, tall and a little bit too many kilos and everything, old man. But he's now in start 10 o'clock in our big show and we will see, hey. And more stories coming.
It is better now?
Yeah, now he's started, in better.
Se zadníma náhonama mám zkušenost akorát se žukem a sáví.
A thanks is certainly also due to Karel Ternieni and his team who faultlessly prepared both Škoda Fabia WRC cars. Markku Alén was also greeted by his compatriot Jani Pasonen, who plowed through the world circuits with the Fabia and the Škoda factory teams in the years 2004 and 2005. Let us introduce the stars of Sosnová 2015 in a bit more detail. Josef Peták. He has 9 Czech Republic Championship titles to his name in Group A and 1 European title, the European Rally Cup East in the year 2004 with the Peugeot 306 Maxi, and in the year 2008 he won the title of Absolute Champion in the Czech Sprint Rally with the Peugeot 207 Super 2000. For the last 3 years, Pepa and Petr Lundak have been competing in vintage sidecar cross races throughout all of Europe. Břetislav Enge, a long-time circuit driver at both a national and a European level. In the year 1981, he won the title of European champion, and now he has returned to the competitive circuit with the Škoda 130 LR. He has spent a large part of his career alongside racing colleague and friend Zdeněk Vojtěch, with whom he has achieved many successes. From the year 1985, he was a member of the BMW factory team, where his colleagues included current F1 driver Christian Danner. Tomáš Enge is the first Czech driver in Formula One, F3000, IndyCar, and many other prestigious series. In the year 2009, he and his team colleagues seized 4th place in the famous Le Mans 24-hour race, and they achieved victory in petrol engine-driven prototypes. This year, at the final Thailand Super Series event, he won his premium title behind the wheel of a Chevrolet Camaro GT3. Markku Alén, a champion whom we no longer need to introduce. At this year's Race of Champions, he drove for the Hájek Rally team in a Fabia WRC, and he also put an Opel Kadett through its paces. Igor Drotar. He began racing in the year 1973 alongside his friend and constant co-driver Vladimir Banotzi, with whom he has formed an inseparable duo for 42 years. years. In the year 2014, at 59 years of age, he became absolute champion of Slovakia hill climb racing and thus became the only Slovak competitor to win an absolute classification in both rally and hill climb racing. Václav Peck Jr. He has devoted himself to racing since the year 1996, and his first start was in rallycross. That same year, he sat behind the wheel of a Škoda 1000 MB with his current navigator Peter Uhel beside him and participated in his first rally. He has 7 Czech Republic Rally Champion titles to his name. After 5 seasons in a Mini Cooper, he'll return to his competitive beginnings for the year 2016 and drive a Porsche 997 GT3.
Sedím tady s Igorem Grotárem. Igorko, setkáváme se pod jednou stížkou zase po roce. Jak se těšil na setkání mistrů?
Tak to je pre mňa úžasný zážitok, lebo byť na setkaní mistrů už ten samotný názov niečo tvorí. A tak krásne prostredie, ktoré ste tu vytvorili, tak úžasných, fantastických ľudí, ktorí ste tu dokázali dotiahnuť. Veď to je proste obrovský športový motoristický sviatok, na ktorý sa vždy neskutočne teší.
Tak, počasí nám to neskazí evidentne.
Ale počasie nie je podstatné, počasie je presne také, aké má byť a ja si myslím, že je pekné, lebo za tými mračkami, ktoré sa tu schovávajú, nad nimi je slniečko a my to slniečko máme tu.
Tak. Jak si užíváš jízdu ve Fábii, ve
Tak
herce?
veľmi dobre, mal som možnosť sa teraz na nej previesť, auto je funkčné, dobre, som spokojný, previezol som sa a zoznámil som sa aj s Markku Alénom, čo je pre mňa, dá sa povedať, taký motoristický pán Božko môj, takže veľmi sa teším a som nadšený z toho všetkého.
Tak jo, Igorko, děkuju a přeju hodně štěstí. Díky.
Ďakujem veľmi pekne.
Stojím tady s Břeťou Engem, loni si tady s námi jel karetama, letos jedeš LRkem. Břeťa se schválně schovává, ale už tady došlo k lehkému kontaktu. Břeťa, co se stalo?
No, jak říkáš, lehký kontakt. Přemotivovanost, klouže to docela a myslel jsem si, že to vyjde a bohužel jsem měl blbej vodat a škrtnul jsem si osvodidlo.
Jinak teda doufám, že si užíváš setkání mistrů tady v Sosnové s náma.
Já teda bohužel jsem tady podruhé jenom, protože předtím jsem měl pauzu závodnickou. Nicméně je to takový bombonek po té sezóně a když je úspěšná, ještě je sladší ten bombonek, takže je to paráda, kamarádi, známí, atrakce.
Zábava, jak se těšíš večer na koncert?
No, já vzhledem k tomu, že jsem velký tanečník, tak se těším ohromně.
Takže se máme na co těšit.
Jo, bude vystoupení.
Děkuji, Břeťo, za rozhovor, děkuji. Stojím tady s naším juniorem, Pepou, který zvítězil sedmletně v Adam Cupu. Pepo, máš možnost se svíst tady na setkání mistrů v kadetu? Tak mi k tomu něco pověz, chlapče náš.
No, jsem z toho úplně nadšenej, je to úplně... Nečekal jsem, že to tak jede. Strašili mě, že to nic nedělá, tak to oproti Adamu dělá všechno. Takže já jsem úplně nadšenej, spokojený, děkuju za tu možnost, že jsem si tohle auto mohl vyzkoušet. Druhá věc je to takový svátečnější, tím, že v druhém autě sedí Marku, který tyhle auta vodíval v hodně velkým stylu a pro mě prostě úžasný zážitek.
Okay. Budou se mít diváci zítra na co těšit? Uděláš nějaký smyky pořádný?
No, bylo by lepší, kdyby nepršelo, to mi to klouže moc, mě by stačilo, aby to...
bude sněžit, Pepo,
tak to bude úplně špatně. Takže ať se lidi nelekají, když to občas nedám.
OK, Pepo, díky a užívej. Já bych se chtěl zeptat, jak si užíváš tady jízdu v Bugyně. Loni jsi tady řádil s našima kadetama, tentokrát jsme trošku naštelovali koně nahoru. Tak
Mně to přijde hodně podobný.
Jo.
Kadet krásný, tohle krásný. Obojí má žlutou barvu, což je nejlepší na tom. Je to nádherný svezení, náhon 4 kola, gumy nemají žádný grip, žádnou přilnavost, protože jsou na šotolinu. Tohleto auto je prostě dělaný na bahno, na kamení, prostě na bláto a tady s tím jezdíme po mokrým asfaltu, takže ta pneumatika vůbec nefunguje, ale to auto je nádherná hračka, je to lehký jako Formule, má to podobný koně jako Formule, má to 450 koní, ale na všechny 4 kola, takže já miluju severský styl, kdy můžu jet pořád bokem.
No to víme.
A tentokrát si myslím, že si užiju tohoto stylu dostatek.
A teda doufám, že i diváci si tohoto užijí a že budeš koukat jenom bočním okýnkem, nebo teda bočním okýnkem, těma drátama, tím pletivem tam.
Já se budu snažit, ale čím víc pojedu bokem, tím víc mě to bude šplouchat od kol to bláto na helmu, nebo to mokro tady, takže
myslíš, že bychom měli vymyslet nějaký stěrač na hledí?
Spíš okýnka, abych tam neměl i moc zemičku.
Dobře.
Šlo by to, jo?
Vymyslím.
Tak děkuji ti, šefičku.
Já děkuji.
Děkuji.
Hello, Markku.
Hello.
Hello. How you enjoy the Race of Champions here?
Well, you know, I have a little bit experience in Race of Champions also in France and Spain, but I feel it here is very, very great. You know, I am very pleased I am here.
Okay. Weather is not so okay, but
weather is like in Finland, and we expecting tomorrow snow, and that's maybe very good with Finnish guy. But no, yeah, for me. But everything looking very perfect, and also in Opel Rally Cadet and our Fabia is running well. Drivers is medium, you know. But
no. How do you enjoy the Cadet?
My experience in Cadet is in 1970. I have in 1,000 legs in Rally Cadet, and before very big crash, I am in second or third position, and memory is good, but big crash. But today is going everything well, yeah.
And the Fabia WRC car is okay.
Yeah, first time for me Fabia, and you know in like in shifting, you know, and I have lot of testing, you know, in like in supercar. I have you go up in left side and right side coming down, and now I take all the time, you know, and now in Fabia is in middle this red spot, but hey, we will try to learn, you know, tomorrow. We will still do one night to learning.
Thank you and enjoy.
Thank you for your thank you.
Stidat Hájek prepared an evening surprise for all the participants in the form of the Balázs Band. Everyone enjoyed the great atmosphere.
Show me what I was to cry. You could be that man I adore. You don't seem to know, don't seem to care what your heart is for.
The second day of the Race of Champions in Sosnová is here. Fans of this motorsport festival inspect all the racing specials, including Martin Matzik Jr.'s Dakar Liaz. The Sunday program was in full flow. In the adverse weather, all the visitors warmed themselves up with the qualification drives, which determined who would proceed to the final races. Among others, the program also included a breathtaking performance by several Czech drifters. All the visitors to the Sunday Spectacular looked forward to meeting the stars personally. They were rewarded in the form of a large autograph session, where all the participants gave out smiles as well as signatures. Thanks to the fact that the entire autograph session was moderated, the fans also found out something about the backstage of this branch of motorsport. Apart from the participants in the race, visitors also had a chance to meet Josef Kalina, three-time Paris-Dakar Rally winner, and Martin Matzik Jr., another battler with the Dakar sand. Pepa Petak and Markku Alén got the spectators in the right mood with their exhibition drive in Opel Cadets. As a prize, Peppa took away not only the award for his victory in the Opel Adam Cup, but also a steering wheel as a present for an imaginary racer's retirement. Břetislav Enge last sat behind the wheel of a racing car in the year 1989, and so his second place in the Czech Republic Historical Rally Championship 2015 was a great success. Here at Sosnová, battled his way to the final and finished in an excellent second place in an unequal battle with Peter Žáček's 4 times more powerful Audi. Tomáš Enge took up the offer and for the first time in his life sat behind the wheel of a buggy from Jaroslav Hájek's stable. Tomáš left his competitive ambitions for another time. He enjoyed the drive properly and kept his promise of a northern driving style, so the third place was a pleasant finish to his performance at the Race of Champions. The whole time, Markku Alén dominated the competitive field with the fastest time. His victorious campaign ended at the starting line of the final with Václav Pech and his Mini Cooper WRC. Markku was still not fully used to the launch control of his Škoda WRC, and the fate of the final drive was sealed. Needless to say, Václav Pech so wanted to compete in the finals against Markku Alén, not merely to cheer for him in the semifinals, where Markku defeated Oleg Gilles. And as the winner said, he values not only to win, but also a beautiful experience of competing in the finals with a legend such as Markku Alén. The congenial northerner wasn't satisfied with second place and promised Václav Pech a rematch next year. The Race of Champions 2015 was a fantastic end to the current motorsport season for both the spectators and the drivers. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the fans, spectators, promoters, and organizers, and we look forward to the Race of Champions 2016.